Hi guys, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Natasha, and today I am going to share with you my recipe for curried duck, dal and rice, which is a popular Sunday lunch dish. So let's get started. Pot on medium-high heat. And I have dal, split peas that I washed. This is about a cup. You're going to add that to the pot of water. The water does not need to be hot. Also, you're going to add one tablespoon of chopped garlic, quarter cup of chopped onions. I forgot to take a spoon, so let me grab a spoon. And half a teaspoon of turmeric. Also to this, we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 3 chili peppers. They're going to remain whole. If you want, I'll show you later on how you can combine them into the mixture when it's finished cooked. So we're going to leave this to come up to a boil. And that's it. This is how we're going to make dal. This will come up to a boil, and then I'll show you how to finish it after the split peas has softened. So now for the curry duck. Here I have all my seasonings that I'm going to use to put into the duck, but we need to blend these. So I'm going to just explain to you what I have here. I have these we call curry leaves or carapule in Trinidad. These are fresh. I have about 4 to 5 of these. I have a couple chilies. If you don't want to use chilies, you don't have to. I have 1 habanero pepper. I have some flat leaf Italian parsley. I have some fresh Bhandanya or cilantro. I have pudina. Now, this is a very fragrant and it goes really nice in curries. We call it pudina in Trinidad, but it's also called oregano in Mexico. So if you can find a Mexican shop, maybe you'll be able to find it if you live out here in Florida. The only place that you can get this is in the swap shop. They sell plants. You can buy a plant. You can buy the smallest plant and it grows so quickly. So it's something good to plant and keep handy. I also have some fine thyme. So all of these ingredients are going to go into my blender, and I'm going to blend this. Okay, so I finished blending up the seasoning, and I'm putting a pot on the stove on medium heat. Add the green seasoning that I just blended into the duck that I have already washed. That's okay if you cannot get all of this out. You're gonna add some water to this. Add some water to the blender and set aside. Now for the other ingredients. 1 tomato. I use a Roma tomato chopped. 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. Half a cup of chopped onion. 2 scallions chopped. And you're going to season with black pepper and some salt. I'm just going to eyeball the salt. You mix this up. Your pot is on medium. You're going to add some extra virgin olive oil to your pot, just a little. Right, as you can see, it's just a drop. And what you're going to do is, if you can get fenugreek seeds or what we call methi, you're going to add a couple to the oil. Along with that, you're going to add cumin seeds. Now these are not roasted, these are just plain cumin seeds, or jeera as we call it, whole grain jeera. So just a few, just a pinch, and you put it into the oil. Now the oil has already begun heating up, and you can see the seeds are beginning to saute. So you want to leave that. You want that to get light brown in color, and then we will add some chopped or sliced onions, and I have my curry powder. Now I have two types of curry. I have a hot and spicy curry, and I have a mild curry. I like mixing it. It gives it a nicer flavor. So for my hot and spicy curry, I like to use Chief brand hot and spicy duck or goat curry powder. This is so delicious. In my sliced onions, and let the onions brown. So now that my seeds are browned and my onion has browned, you want to add your curry powder to the pot, but you also want to drop your heat to low because you do not want your curry powder to burn. You want it to start to toast, but you do not want it to burn. So my curry powder has been toasting on low heat for about 5 minutes, and I have a mixture of 4 tablespoons of hot and spicy curry powder with 1 tablespoon of mild curry powder. I'm going to add a little bit of water to help this cook now. You want to add that water and allow this to cook further. If it starts to thicken up on you like this, you just add a little more water. So you allow this to cook for an additional 2 to 3 minutes before we add our duck. Okay, so now that the curry has been cooking for about 5 minutes, you want to add your seasoned duck to the pot. That's okay if you can't get all the seasonings out. You just add some water to the bowl and keep the water, just like we did with the water with the seasonings from the blender. So you're going to mix this up, and you're going to crank your heat up to the highest and allow this to bunje down, as we say in Trinidad, which just means to dry up all that liquid that's in the pot. Okay, so the water from the duck, when I first put it into the pot, has all dried out. And now what you want to do is you want to add that reserved liquid where you had the remainder of the seasonings to the pot, along with the one that you got from the blender, because you want all that flavor to be in there. And I still have a little more, and I still need a little more liquid, so just going to add some. Get all of that goodness in there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to basically leave this to come up to a bubble. Once it has come up to a bubble, you're going to put back the heat on low and let it take its time and cook to the tenderness you would like it. The dal is coming along really nice. You can see that it has started to soften up. It needs a little more liquid, so you just add a little bit of liquid, not too much, and allow it to continue to soften. Okay, so my dal has softened. Now remember, this is dal or split peas. It has really softened. So now what you want to do is you want to take it off the heat. You're going to blend this until it's nice and smooth. As for the chili peppers that we placed in here, what I like to do is I like to blend it all up in the dal. If you don't want it to be spicy, you don't blend it. You can always take it out and eat it separately if you like. And once the dal is nice and smooth, you're going to set it aside. And it smells so good. And you're going to put up a small frying pan. I like to use a frying pan. You're going to put back the heat on medium. And you're going to add a drop of canola oil or vegetable oil and allow that to come up to temperature. You don't want it screaming hot, but you want it to be warm. To the oil that's warming, you're going to take 1 clove of garlic and slice it and add it to the oil. What I'm going to do here is what we're going to chunky this dal. Together with some cumin seeds or jeera seeds, a couple. How much you like, but you know, don't go overboard. And you're going to let this get brown. You're gonna burn the garlic. You're gonna burn the garlic to flavor this dal. As you can see, the garlic is coming along really nice. It's getting golden brown. You want it to actually get black. So we're gonna leave this to continue browning until it turns black. And then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so my garlic has gotten to the color that I want it. Take it off. And what I like to do at this point is I like to add about half a teaspoon of roasted jeera. And then I add this to my dal. And you just mix this up. And this is what we call dal. My duck has finished. I like it with a little bit of sauce, gravy, so that I can eat it together with my rice and my dal. So all you do is, once the meat has cooked to your likeness, you take it off. If you want to dry it down somewhere, you just, raise your heat and let the sauce dry up, but I like it with sauce. So take it off the stove and put it aside. And as you can see, I also have my rice going here at the same time. They say when you leave a wooden spoon on top of your pot of rice when you're boiling rice, it does not spill over, and so far I've always tried it and it never spills over. So that's one trick that you guys can try. So when everything is finished, I will put it together and show you how nice it looks. So my rice and my dal and the duck has finished, and I've put it all together on this plate for you. And it's really fragrant. It smells really nice, and I know you guys are going to love it. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. Let me know down below recipes you'd like to see me make, and I hope you enjoyed today's dish, and I will see you guys again next time.